Yes, so we're gonna have Tracer, Zarya, Lucio, Ball, McCree, and Mercy. So if we pause right here, what would be your initial like thoughts? What do you think you're gonna focus on? Who on your team are you gonna work with, or do you synergize well with? Like, well, what's the first thought?
Okay, the first thing is your composition isn't the worst for Tracer. Why? Because you have Hammond and Lucio. I mean, Lucio is not like a big help to Tracer, but still counts as like a mobile hero that can dives with you. But I don't think Lucio players in Plat actually dive to
No,
like the backline. Yeah, but like
pretty much no.
Hammond, yeah, pretty much no. Hammond still can dive with you, so you can utilize on Hammond slams and like finish off the targets. And still, like since Mercy and McCree are doing, Mercy is gonna mostly pocket Cree, so we can maybe go for like finishing the Cree body shots or headshots as well. But you really need to work with Hammond. But like I can't really say like what to do right now since I haven't seen the enemy team yet. So maybe we need to play it.
Yeah, but we can at least have a small idea. Like try to see what the Hammond is doing. If he goes for a slam in their backline, you can try and capitalize on that with a blink in, do a little bit of damage, and then you have a slight combo with the Grav pulse bomb that you can do. So we've got a little bit of synergy. Look what the Hammond is doing. Save the pulse bomb for the Gravs, and you're gonna be golden. So we don't have a lot of long-range healing, so that's something to think about. You're gonna have to rely on a lot of health packs as well. But that's Tracer's specialty, so no problems there.
And they're probably going to be expecting us to hold this line. Going preemptive, their snipers will hold.
Oh, okay. Hang on. He said a bunch of things here. Let's actually listen to this.
Threat. Wamado looking to create some picks in the back. It's pretty single target heal focus with a little bit of AoE healing from Lucio, but it's pretty low overall.
Okay, wait. He's talking the entire time. Okay, let's. This is interesting. I want to hear this.
All right.
A little bit low. Can I increase the volume somehow?
I'm going to try to isolate the target, pick their team, or describe what their team comp does, and work from there.
Okay, I can't make it louder. Unfortunate. Very silent.
So right now, our team's pretty single target heal focus with a little bit of AoE healing from Lucio, but it's pretty
Try
low
to put the
overall.
mic on your throat next time.
Freeze their close range kind of Hitscan threat. Wamado looking to create some picks in the background. And here we have a classic toxic teammate with a kind of rough team comp. Team comp's not terrible, but not great. Workable though.
Okay. Team comp's terrible, but not great. That doesn't say much, though. Why?
What?
Dorado, so Dorado's gonna have this.
I'm listening to what he's talking about. Do you hear him? Yeah.
I'm not great. Like I can have some ideas of what he's saying, but your team composition is not bad. Like
Yeah, it's
for
fine.
you, especially for Tracer, it's fine. Actually, it's okay. It's like having a main tank that actually like you can work with is not what you really see in ranked mode, especially in mid ranks and low ranks.
Yeah, hang on. I want to hear this.
Flankers coming through this area with one or two maybe looking to come under. We have potential for a Widowmaker being up top.
Okay.
They're probably going to be expecting us to hold this line. Going preemptive, their snipers are holding up here and trying to look for any picks I can get.
Okay, we're gonna preemptively look to hold here. Their snipers come up. It's good.
Ball's gonna sit high ground with me. We are McCree and a Widow. Dysfunctional team comp. I'll look for a fast pick. Not gonna get it. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna reset into some distance. Get this mini.
Okay, this is fine. This is absolutely fine. So the only thing I am a little bit worried about is you're ignoring your Hammond. So you've been talking a lot about what you can do, but this is still a team game. There are 6 people on your team, and you actually have a hero that you synergize okay with. The Hammond goes for a slam. You go for the finisher. Like his pile driver actually deals 100 damage, and if he's skilled and also hits them with the with the fireball from his chain rolling in, then that's a 150 damage that he can do just by himself. So if you just come in there with a few shots and a melee, that's an easy kill every single time. So that's definitely something you want to look out for. And instead of going for like a blind, you jump up here and then you double blink instantly, which is a blind move. You do hear the Widowmaker, so I understand why you do it. But I definitely think it is more worth it to actually get a grasp of what's going on first. So you can scout, you can take a few seconds to actually look down on the side over here and see where they're standing before you go for this. And I think since they didn't see you at all, you blinking here, this first blink, gives away your position entirely. So if they have functioning headsets, this guy would already be looking at you. But I guess it's.
Look for a fast pick. Not gonna get it. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna reset into.
You were really close to dying there.
That was like really dangerous. Like the soldier was retarded. Like he could have easily killed you with the right click in the melee.
Yep, going for the recall to land back up on the high ground would have been a lot safer and better in many ways. So you definitely risked dying here, and it was definitely greedy going for the blink to get out.
Like here. Okay, go back for a second. Okay, here. So when the game starts, it's fine. Like you give out your position, case like Jojo said.
Yeah.
But look here, when you're doing the clip, you're standing still. That's for Tracer that has 150 HP. That's like kill me button or something.
It's a death sentence pretty much.
Like a soldier can kill you with 4 shots onto your head. Like 4 shots. That's how quickly you'll die. So never stand still. I know it helps with the aim, but like never stand still against like anyone, unless like you're killing Reinhardt or something. Stand still to just hit full headshot, but try to not stand as still as Tracer as much as possible. It helps your aim, but it gives out survivability.
Yeah, resetting this room is absolutely fine. You get the health pack. You crouch so they can't hear you, which is good. Coming from behind. Using the double blink though. And forgot. So let's see. So our Hammond has done 2 engages where we haven't capitalized or followed up at all. So we're mistiming this a little bit because we're not paying attention to what he's doing at all. Like you should be looking at what he's doing. And now he does grab a little bit of attention, but he's just feeding ult charge pretty much. He did a really bad grapple right here.
Yep.
But yeah, so like here, this is actually pretty good. And when you're facing hit or like DPS characters in general, you want to try and there are a few blink techs that you can use to make it as difficult as possible for them. Since you're already close, just blinking once will force this soldier to back off. Or not to back off, to turn around, I mean, sorry. So just blinking once here will put you over here. That's going to force the soldier to turn around. And then you can immediately blink back again. And this would put you in this situation again here, where you can still shoot the Moira, and this soldier is going to be like, first turn around, and then, oh shit, he turned around again, and he's going to have to turn around once more. And that's going to waste a lot of a soldier's time where he can't be shooting you. And then when he actually sees you and starts shooting at you, since you're already low, this is really dangerous. You're in almost one-shot territory from right-click. And even if you were full HP, he could still one-shot you with right-click melee. So always be very, very scared of being melee range from a soldier. But utilizing the double blink tech here would probably waste a lot of soldiers' time. Maybe you get a kill on this Moira, but don't be afraid to like recall out pretty early out of this situation.
Hey Lucio, can you?
And there the Hammond brought all the attention on me and kind of got me killed. Although what I should have done is recalled and lived and then reset into that mini room. Our team is now down 1, so they're going to be looking to play pretty defensive. Our team recovered the pick.
Oh shit, Hammond.
Our team is currently winning the fight, trying to stall them at the choke. We're winning the fight, so we're going to be looking for a big push to wipe the team fight and cause any staggers we can get. And try to save our ulties. gonna be looking for the
Okay,
healer in the middle of this, while
some
they're
good
looking
ideas
for
here.
me. I'm gonna dodge some snipes, get back into a safe spot where the sniper cannot safely hit me. I'm gonna look for the Winston. I'm just gonna shoot Winston to get some ult charge. I'm gonna keep some distance away from this coalescence because coalescence can kill me pretty quickly. I'm gonna look to drop on them with pulse bomb.
Going around with the pulse bomb, definitely a good idea.
I stuck the soldier. Off
Nice.
the visor. I'm gonna look for this Genji, who I don't think has reflect. Get reflect down. I'm gonna look to finish him. I'm gonna look for this Widow respawn. Widow's gonna be respawning any second now. There's a Widow mine. I'm gonna look to drop on Widow. I'm gonna recall the high ground with her.
Watch that Widow, guys.
Yeah, this was actually really good. After you respawn, your gameplay was definitely really good actually.
Lot of high damage
But
on
still
the
not
body.
paying attention to your
I
teammates.
can throw
Yes.
Genji
That's
without
just-
being in any immediate danger from their team.
Like we
So
haven't
Braven's
seen
dead.
a single engage with
I'm gonna
Hammond.
look for the-
Come on, go.
So I'm gonna look for high damage
There's
on
something
the soldier.
to
Got
say
the
on.
soldier,
Nice
recall,
mechanics
through-
though.
get rid of the
Yeah,
angle,
definitely
look
some
for
nice
Ana.
blinking and
Ana's gonna be forced back to
recall
the
timing
spawn.
so far.
I'm gonna fall back. Reset
go.
high-
And the aim.
I'm gonna reset high ground.
And
try
the
to hold
aim,
Widowmaker
yeah.
spot so their Widow can't get a good angle on us. I'm gonna try to protect my team from the incoming dive. Okay, their Widow's holding the safe spot. I'm gonna have to reset to this spot. Get there. Oh, Widow's dead. I can look for pretty aggressive pushes safely.
And just farming some pulse bomb from up here
Looking
is
at some
fine.
safe damage. Ooh,
Oh.
pulse opportunity.
No! Oh, we got it. Bomb.
It was close. I got the Genji. Genji's dead. I can look for this Ana. Ana's resetting. I'm gonna look for this Moira. I'm gonna look for this soldier.
What
I'm
the
out.
fuck?
Where are you?
I have to leave
What the
Tyler.
fuck was that?
Genji's dead. I can look for
Was that the Mercy? Is that some kind of like
safe
e-girl
damage. Ooh,
thing?
Pulse opportunity.
Did you hear that?
It was close. I got the Genji. Genji's dead. I can look for this Ana. Ana's resetting.
That was a boy,
Moira.
Jojo.
Look for this
Not
soldier.
a
Okay.
I'm out.
Where are you?
I have to leave entirely.
Okay, it was actually a dude.
Let's go get the Mega. I have the
What the
Mega
hell,
ready
man?
for a fast push.
Oh,
He thought it's a girl.
nice. The blink dodges are on point. And now we have recall if he hits us even once.
Nice. Nice dodge from Flashbang.
Flashbang's gonna be up any
We're,
second.
we're overusing blinks, I guess.
A little bit, yeah. But we should not be taking the duel anymore since he has double pocket. Like as soon as you see a Moira and an Ana turn their attention to try and heal the target that you're shooting at, there's a very very low chance that you're gonna get that kill unless you hit like a perfect one clip with a bunch of headshots. And so like just getting that attention from both healers is enough. You've done your job, and you could definitely just do a double blink out and say goodbye, see you later, and hopefully your team can capitalize on the attention split that you have caused as a tracer.
There, I think I played it pretty well. I think I played a little bit panicky with my blinks.
A little bit panicky with the
So
blinks,
my team's
indeed.
down a person, or it's actually tied a person, so they're gonna be looking just to get a quick pick and then roll the fight. So their team comp as a whole, their Winston's gonna be looking to dive, while their two Hitscans are gonna be looking for any picks they can get, and Hanzo's gonna be looking just to get some poke damage in. Moira's gonna be looking to do a mixture of healing and damage, as well as the Ana. Ooh, I got Ana with the pulse. I'm just gonna try to stall for my team. I'm gonna take the death and just reset with my team.
Yeah, the problem was that everybody was dead there. That was a 1 versus 6 pulse bomb.
Yeah, but still, you could have waited a little bit
Calling for
more,
the reset, which
like
they're
to
going
go
we're
in
gonna
for
get
the
one more
second
good
time.
touch
Can
on
you
here.
go back and
Overtime's
Jojo?
coming.
Yes.
Like this,
Oops, that was too much.
like this was like an. Okay,
Picks
that
and
was.
Hanzo's gonna be
Okay,
There we
looking
go.
to
just say
get
it,
some poke
okay.
damage in. Moira's gonna be looking
So
to
the
do a
first
mixture of healing
engage is fine, I guess. I don't recommend
and
to like
damage,
go
as well
1v6
as
and
the
pulse bomb,
or the Ana.
but like since you've done it,
I got
since
Ana
you've
with
done it,
pulse.
it's
I'm just gonna
fine.
try to stall
Like
for
it's
my team.
winnable, but you have
Take
one
the death and
blink.
just
You
reset
can
with my
get the
team.
fuck out and go in as like the payload is reaching like I don't know 1 centimeter. Since like Diva and McCree and people are reaching right now.
Yeah,
They could
you
have had
definitely want to
you-
try and wait as long as possible until it's just half a meter away from the point.
Yes. I don't say like your team is gonna reach for sure or you're gonna I don't know be saved or anything, but like it's just better to go later since your team is gonna be closer and maybe help you next times or other times. I don't know.
Indeed. There
My
was
team's
no
calling for the
rush.
reset, which they're going to get. We're going to get one more good touch on here. Overtime's coming, so overtime respawns are in effect. Our Diva's dead, but we saw the Hammond as our front line. With
Ow.
DPS.
Ow.
Oops. Misclick.
Soldier died.
That was a really
1-on-1,
nice
it's good
kill.
for me. I'm gonna look for the Winston.
Through the
get
heating
his ult
station.
Charge. See if I can get him off my team. Look for some damage on the Moira. I'm gonna look for a flank here. They saw me in the front line. Okay, the McCree's waiting for me. He's probably expecting me to do that.
It's
'cause
like
that's been the
hard
pattern.
to
I'm gonna
ask, but
have a
you
better
still
mix-up
like
there.
had the time to get McCree to half HP,
Okay, our McCree's
which
been
means
holding
you
kinda
could
safe.
have
You guys
blinked
retreat.
behind him and dodged the flashbang,
I have pulse bomb soon. Do that since
See.
right?
for
Let's see.
damage on the Moira. I'm gonna look for a flank here. They saw me in the front line.
Yeah.
Okay, the McCree's waiting for me there.
The reaction was definitely instead of dealing damage, either instantly recall, super scared, or go for like a blink behind.
I would go for the blink behind, but I'm aggressive players.
Yeah.
Depends on how he plays.
I don't think I would have gone for that flank at all.
I see flashbang go down, so I'm gonna look pretty aggressive. I'm gonna hold back for blink charges.
It really depends on the
Flashbang
play
down for 3
style,
more
but
seconds, so Moira's
Yeah.
up.
like instead of dealing damage, try to like do one blink
They're starting to
behind
get
him.
really aggressive, knowing that they have flashbang as an option against me. I'm gonna blink up to get the flashbang. Try flashbang.
See, like
Oh,
here
that's
you're
Rewind, get
taking. Can you go back? Can you go back? Like, yeah, right here,
I'm gonna
here.
hold back for blink
So,
charges.
like here,
Flashbang down for 3 more seconds. so
you're
Moira's
taking
We've
too
lost
much
two
time.
as
Oh
well.
wait.
up. They're starting to get
Oh,
really
can you wait?
aggressive,
Can you?
knowing
This
that
is
they
not
have
the same engage. I think you went back a lot.
flashbang as an
Oh,
option
did
against
I?
me. I'm
I
gonna
know.
blink up to get the flashbang.
Yeah, here. Like you're waiting for flashbang a lot. Like you can just blink pulse bomb easily.
Yeah.
Flashbang isn't gonna blink me. Like you're
I'm gonna
waiting for
rewind to get
flashbang
out.
a
I'm gonna
shit
watch out for the
ton of
soldier.
time
Look for
and
anyone
not
shoots.
doing anything. Only like wasting blinks in front of him, and they force your recall. You almost died. If they were clever, like they, McCree can easily kill you with like a headshot melee combo, but they don't kill you because they're bad. But that doesn't mean you did a good job. Like
Yeah, indeed. Like
anytime-
right here, you're actually in range of a either blink 180 pulse bomb onto the Ana, or a blink, just a regular blink pulse bomb onto the McCree. And
anytime.
as soon as you've done it, you can easily just recall out and should regroup with your team. I still think the actual engage was a little bit too early, since the McCree and our Diva just died a few seconds earlier. They just recently respawned, so they will be back and reinforce you in about like 3 seconds now. So I think this like double blink engage was a little bit too early. I would probably use this time. You had a lot of time where you did nothing, and you were like waiting for blinks in some rooms here. I would utilize that time to maybe set up like on the high ground somewhere, so that I can surprise them by dropping down with the pulse bomb. That way it would be a lot easier, since they don't expect it and they don't know where you are, and that will open up easier pulse bomb opportunities usually.
And like right now, you're just hoping for the enemy McCree to be bad.
Yeah.
Like you're out of range, like I don't know, in size of a volleyball field, and there is no way that flashbang hits you, right? Even if he rolls and flashbangs, he's not gonna hit you. You rely on him being bad and wasting the flashbang so you can go aggro. That's
Yeah.
not something that you can rely on, especially if you want to improve. If you want to improve, you can't rely on flat players being bad. You should rely on yourself. Like it's an easy 180. I mean, it's an easy blink pulse bomb.
Yep.
Either 180 or on Diana. I mean, no, with the
Yeah,
behind the Ana, I
you
guess.
probably need to do a 180 turn to pulse bomb the Ana, or a regular just pulse bomb if you want to hit the McCree. He's a little bit further away.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't see because of the scale.
Yeah.
And
This is a
then-
McCree, and this is I don't even know what's behind the Ana.
Flashbang.
It's a Moira. Yeah, so you don't want to pulse bomb Moira because she has
I'm gonna
fade and can
rewind to
dodge.
get out.
Did
watch
he
out
use
for the
pulse bomb?
soldier.
Did he
Look
use
for anyone
flashbang on Hammond?
Flashbang.
Yeah, he actually did.
Flashbang.
If
did
he
you-
used
I'm gonna rewind to
Okay.
get out. I'm gonna watch out for the soldier.
he
But-
used flashbang like right here, and you still have the pulse bomb, and you still get out,
Yeah,
I know their visor's down.
and
I know they
leave
saw
your
flashbang as a
Hammond.
they're guys
And
are
he
good.
his
really
soldier
couldn't
ult came online though, so that's why he went out.
You need to take the chance.
Yeah.
I guess
Let me look at
like
flashbang.
you can't leave your teammates that died because of
Hondo
you,
died.
because like Hammond came in only
Okay,
because
I'm
of
gonna
you
look for
to
the
like
McCree. I'm gonna try
to
to
save
bait out
you
the
from
flash.
being sleeping.
Oh, that was good for him.
you know, try and save
I
you
definitely
from
need
like
to.
being sleeping
Yeah.
Braven has the
when you
haste
got the
action
sleep
for
dart.
preemptively
So he
flash
came
me.
for
He's
you,
gonna try
but
to
you left him
reactively flash me. When
like
he's
a
gonna
bad friend, you know.
flash me, I need to blink out.
So you shouldn't do that. Like you should actually like
Said I expected him to
put
go
on
actively. Most people
resources.
aren't gonna
Then some.
proactively
Okay,
flash,
this
so
guy
they never know when
doesn't
the
stop
best time to
moaning.
use it is.
Yeah, how has he not fucking muted him yet? Holy shit. I would have muted instantly.
The first time, yes.
Yeah.
They're looking pretty aggressive. They're moving forward. I'm gonna
So you need to
look
like,
up bait.
yeah, even right
Oh,
now,
yeah,
like
good setup. There, I definitely
McCree's
need
in
to
your
blink
face.
once.
Just press the Q, dude.
Cole's
You would
gonna
have
flash
two
range, so
plus
he
one by
thinks
now.
I don't recognize his range. He throws it, and then I blink. Blink off animation or.
And the thing is, you usually never want to come from the front either. It's like, unless you're going for like a double, triple blink pulse bomb, you don't want to like blink in when they can all see you, because they are gonna react. Most people are fast enough to react in time and delete you, but so like going for the high ground and then doing a drop on them from there, or maybe even flanking all the way around this side would also work pretty good.
And sometimes it's nice
I have a pulse in on them. It was a miss.
to
They'll
like
flash.
go
I can
from
kill
meat,
it.
like to just, you know, earn their attention while like your tank, like you make space for your tanks to like engage on them and then actually like dive them and kill them. But like not to do it every time. You're just gonna know like from the third time they're just gonna know that you're a bait and they're gonna focus up your tanks and dive. So it's better to like have different plans every fight. And please, like Tracer plus farm can be farmed every single fight, so don't keep it too long. And yes, that's yikes, since Luffy was dead.
Looking on the flanks.
You were waiting.
So, oh, he was crouching the entire time.
We're just gonna look for
That's why we didn't hear him.
Likely. Okay.
Unfortunate.
McCree's looking on the flanks for some reason. McCree high
Hey,
ground,
that's
gotta be
unfortunate.
careful.
That happens
I'm gonna call
to
it that.
everyone.
High ground
Yeah,
is so much
yeah,
better
it
really
happens.
play.
that he's looking for
Yes.
the dead hyper likely.
I'm gonna die.
What?
Nice call, nice call.
So yeah, now 3 people are dead. Probably don't want to fight too much. This is the time to get the fuck out. Good shit.
Chasing me. I'm gonna swap McCree here because their team is very not, or is very hard to play against this Tracer.
Okay.
And I might as well swap to something.
So let me see if I can see it. Okay, here. So the team comp that they have, like what do you think is difficult about it, and do you think Tracer is a bad pick into this, or what DPS hero would you pick if you saw this team comp on the enemy team?
Well, Tracer is definitely a good pick, but a better pick would be Widowmaker, since they have 3 long ranges hit scans. I mean 2 long range hit scans and a projectile sniper, and they have Ana as well. So you can easily deal with them while they have a solo monkey, so they can't really like dive you without being invulnerable. Why are you laughing?
No, I was laughing at Gulanka saying Widow, yes. Finally, someone says to swap to Widow.
Yeah, I said it last time, dude. I'm a Widow one trick.
Yeah.
But like, if you wanna stay as Tracer, you need to be focusing Ana. Like, you need to be focusing actually like anything that is out of position, or it's easier for you to focus. Cause like you need to be look up what your tanks are doing. Like you probably need to focus on what Monkey is diving or Hammond is diving, cause like they're really good for baiting out resources. Like if like if Monkey tries to dive or Hammond tries to slam someone, they're definitely gonna bait out either Storm Arrow or Flashbang or Sleep Tower. Like there's no way they use like no resource on them.
Yep.
So you look for the missing resource and deal with that hero. For example, if they use the Flashbang, you're gonna try to go on Kree, or if they use the Sleep Dart, you're gonna try to go for Ana or something. And you need to like be looking for players that are not in position to I don't know, take the 1v1 against them, because Tracer is really good at 1v1. I mean, except the Soldier. Soldier can pretty much out-sustain the Tracer if he's
Yeah, or
clever enough.
Soldier can decide if he wants to take the duel or not. Like if he takes the healing station, or if he just runs away, it's really hard for a Tracer to finish off the kill.
Yeah, but like the other ones are vulnerable, especially like Ana and Kree are the 2 most. And you can actually, there's another way to play it. You see, you have like Baptiste and Lucio. The monkey has to dive someone, right? and you can just look up at where Monkey dies and just focus him down. Since he has no off tank to dive with him, and like he only has like Ana as a long range healing, so you can maybe focus the Monkey down. But I don't recommend that unless like a really defensive play. But if you really had trouble with like enemy Kree, or I don't know, enemy Ana is insane, it's ML7 and hitting every single stick dart,
Yeah.
you just focus the Monkey down. But like
Yeah,
Tracer
I was
is
gonna
actually
say
a
that
good
as
pick.
well. It's good that you brought it up because no diva means the monkey is easily focused down, especially since you have a Reaper. Like this monkey is not gonna be able to dive shit, and if he does, he's gonna get instantly blown up by you and the Reaper if you're ready for it. The
So
only reason that
Tracer-
like dive works so well is because the diva just absolutely ruins all of these counter plays to the monkey dives.
Yeah, so we might play now, and I want to talk a little bit about the Kree pick right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swap McCree here because their team is
Okay,
very not.
so with Kree pick, right?
Very, hard to
Kree,
play against
what
each
does
other.
Kree do? Like you literally, can you pause?
Yep.
You literally do the same thing that you were doing to the like you can do the same thing that you were doing to the monkey. Like monkey cannot really dive to Tracer and Reaper and Lucio and Baptiste. Like there's literally no dive target. So the monkey is like making a mistake by playing um monkey. So that's like his mistake, right? You don't need a counterplay to him. And when you pick Kree, you're gonna go against Soldier, Kree, and Hanzo. You're gonna be dealing with 2 hit scans and 1 sniper as a Kree, as like a mid-range hit scan, and like a flanker counter, which they don't have any flanker. So why do you need the flashbang? You know, like maybe it's good sometimes when the monkey's there. So Kree is definitely not a good pick here. I'd recommend snipers and flankers here. Like, don't even think about Kree here.
Agreed. Yeah, there's nothing to flashbang pretty much, and the monkey isn't gonna be very effective either way. So dealing with the long range threat is the way to go. And Tracer is actually decent at that, so I'm fortunate that you picked. But there are some other heroes. You can also go another tank, like you already have the Wrecking Ball. Wait, did you have Wrecking Ball Winston?
Yeah, they had
I feel
Wrecking
all
Ball
the way
Winston.
on.
Yes.
Wrecking Ball
Yeah,
Winston.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
they should actually be able to deal quite well with this like triple long range DPS combo. But yeah, Widowmaker is amazing. Hanzo is absolutely fine as well, and
Genji is even
yeah.
fine, not good, but like fine. Sombra
Genji is okay if you time it together with your tanks. So when they engage, you go in with the dash as well, and you try to finish off the low targets. They have no defensive ults either, so the blades should be free Ana and Moira kill every time.
Yeah, but Kree is like one of the worst possible picks here, to be honest.
Their McCree is in our
Unlucky that
spawn. McCree is in our
he did it.
spawn. Be careful.
Be serious.
The McCree went for
They're
a
lacking
big
weaknesses,
flank.
but I need- so I
The
need to
Mecca
be
is throwing
recognizing
and
more
not
when
getting
McCree's
punished.
flashing.
He's like the 10th time that he's going for that kind of play.
Yep. Looks like me playing
So this
McCree.
McCree on average is pushing too hard forward. I need to start recognizing
Going for
when he's
Braven
not with his
mission.
team.
Yeah. I love playing McFlank click.
Play Tracer.
It's so much fun. And
Never
you
played
you always pick just one target, and you keep flanking and killing that
So he
target
farms
over
you
and
with
over and over and
Reinhardt,
over again until he
Zarya,
starts
maybe?
crying.
Or Zarya Lucio would be
Tell me that you're gonna play Vito, dude.
It's gonna be a Widow, I believe.
What did he say? Did you ask for Zarya? Dude, you're playing Widow.
So
You
we
should
have a
ask
really
for
nice
the
combo.
Reinhardt to
Zarya
swap, not for
for
Zarya.
Lucio, we have a Widowmaker for the pick, and we have Pharmacy.
So you have Fire Mercy and Widowmaker.
Alright, so what
You
I'm
need
looking to do here is
something
any
to follow
single
up
key
on the
target
damage
at
that
the
you're
end, clear the
dealing,
pressure
not
from our
Reinhardt
opponent,
Zarya
move
actually.
forward,
I
Yeah.
don't think it's
so you-
bad, but
Ideally,
like,
it's
Monkey
against
Diva
the
would have
threat they
been
which is likely
insane.
to be the McCree again, maybe a
with
Soldier,
like maybe
they
an
could
Ana
run
or
both at
Zen.
one
Like
point.
Lucio cannot really get like
And if I can clear up any of our Hitscan threat, our
affect
Pharmacy
you
gets to
guys.
pop off
It
a
only
lot harder
affects the
than they would
tanks,
otherwise,
and like
and that's gonna be
tanks
a win con.
aren't I don't know, like they don't synergize with the DPSs that much. To be
Yeah,
honest.
the problem as well is that the Mercy, if she wants to be able to pocket the the Pharah, that means she isn't gonna be able to heal the tanks very much, and both Ryan and Zarya require insane amounts of healing and sustain to be able to be effective. So a Ana here would definitely be more value. But let's see. I want to hear what he
For
talked
Predator,
about or what
only
he
a
said
city
about the
gets
team
scanned.
comp here.
Alright, so What I'm going to be looking to do here is take out any single key target I can to clear up the pressure for my tank line to move forward and our fire to clean up. Ideally, it's any hit scan threat they have, which is likely to be the McCree again. Maybe a soldier, because they did run both at one point.
Okay,
And if I can
so
grab any of our
you're gonna play Widowmaker and you're gonna look to get picks.
threat our pharmacy
That's
gets to pop
what
off
you've
a
said
lot
so
harder
far,
than
pretty
they would
much.
otherwise. And that's going to be our win con.
That doesn't really take into account your team at all. Like, but both times you talked about what your team is running, you said what your team can do, and like what their abilities are. Just like for your last team comp, you said, oh, we have a little bit of single target healing and a little bit of AoE healing with the Lucy and the Mercy. And like, yes, that's what abilities they have. But how does that change like your playstyle? How does that affect what you need to do and how your team is going to play? Like, are you going to play close? Are you going to try to split up? Are you going to group together? Are you going to go for rotations? Are you going to stand on payload? Like, there's a lot of ways that this can affect the way you're going to play the game. It's like right now, okay, you said you have a Lucio, so you can move around the tanks. Okay, sure. But you also missed the part that Mercy isn't going to be able to heal, so we're going to have a really weak healing, and that means very passive tanks. So you're going to have like a Rein Zarya standing on the payload, and they will not really be able to create space or move forward without some heavy damage dealing from you as the Widowmaker and the Pharah. So that means that you're going to need to take some pretty aggressive angles to look to open up the fight by getting a pick, pretty much, if you're going to keep this comp. Because as soon as the tanks start taking any amount of damage, they're going to be forced back. And the Lucio isn't going to be able to keep them up for very long. So you're on a timer, pretty much. You're on a very short and sharp timer where you need to pop the fuck off, otherwise your team isn't going to do shit.
Luckily the McCree again, which is Am I Bronze Yet? And the soldier who I think was Clutch Kid or whatever.
It's okay. Dorado first point at the start of the game. What do you usually do, Braven? Braven.
Hello?
Braven.
Hello?
Did you hear me?
Yes, no, I'm sorry, I was AFK for a second.
Oh, I said, okay, Dorado first point here. The gate's open. What do you usually do when you play a Widowmaker
I'll
here?
probably like wait into the spawn to let's see what they have first. You know, like picking top is fine, but you need to be looking for opportunities. Like picking top is totally fine, right? But that's just like my play is like to wait and see like what they have. You need to take positions like what do you call it? Like against their composition. For example, if they're playing Orisa, you don't need to take high grounds. You probably need to just pressure the shield from the low ground. But like if they're playing something like Monkey Diva or something, you're probably taking high ground. And if they're pushing you, you have to like hook out to the other buildings. So first of all, first thing about Widowmaker, you need to see like what are your targets, what they have, and how you should play it. You should play the Widowmaker like with different play styles against different tank lineups. That's it.
Okay, good shit. Then let's see what happens. Can jump up right here.
Soldier
We get some-
It's an aggressive play. I don't recommend it, but it's fine. But like right now, you're 136, and they know where you are. And if they're
She's getting healed by Moira.
clever, they'll
Sombra,
pick
Sombra,
you
Sombra.
and kill you with a body shot, but they're not.
Soldier on high ground.
Let's see here. Who was on the other high ground here?
Ash and Widow, if I'm not mistaken.
Any hit scan threat
Yeah,
we can
they
get rid of
should
is
be
huge.
able to kill you.
I'm gonna take the safe widow position so I can see what they have.
They shoot, but
Soldier on
they
high
go
ground.
back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this should definitely, you should be a dead Widowmaker right
Yeah,
here.
but Widowmaker on the first high ground, good stuff.
Hoggers.
Oh, okay, the
Sorry,
Widowmaker
one.
dies. That's why you
She's
peek so
getting killed by
But they
aggressively.
still
Okay.
have
Sombra,
they still
Sombra.
have Ash, right? Oh, that was a
I'm
Widow.
gonna be trying to call for a
I
team
think they
to
have
try
Sombra
to
Widow
direct
actually.
where they can
Sombra
and
Widow,
cannot
Rein
go
Zarya.
and what their clear targets are. They're down a burst and we can still look for their Widowmaker will be back
Okay,
in about 5
then
seconds. I'm gonna call it when she
Still,
gets back.
Widow should have
Soldier
killed
dead,
it.
soldier
Nice
dead. We
kill.
can move forward. That's some
Nice.
hit scan threat dead.
So the mechanics has been fine, like, especially the aim has been fine.
Sombra on Widow. Help Widow. Help
Fast
Widow.
reaction to
Moira
the
on
Sombra
Void.
decloak too.
Nice job. I'll go
Wait,
for a scope
Sombra.
shot, but fine. It's a play style.
Yeah.
I'm retaking the high ground. I'm careful of the Sombra. Summer's gonna be looking to dive me pretty consistently here, and it's gonna be one of our win conditions to shut me down.
This Sombra is playing
She's
Sombra
dead.
like
Nice
a
job,
brawler,
nice job.
and that is not what Sombra
So
does.
you can do that as long as you're like 1v1ing, 1v1 brawling, not like that.
Oh yeah, but not brawling the entire fucking team. Like,
Nice position. Your Rhino is bullshitting.
We'll work my
Nice.
hair there to kill that Ana.
Going
Waiting for
body
the
shots.
jumps too.
I'll have to look for the
Really
soldier.
good.
Going for body shots when they're
I
low.
got the
Even
soldier
some GM players don't
and the
do
Ana
that.
dead.
Yeah.
Nice job.
I'm gonna look for a fast shot on the Moira to cancel a coalescence. To no
So,
avail. I'm gonna look to help my Reinhardt.
like
Try to get
basically
the
here,
shield
when you
pressure
see
up.
like 3
nice fucking
kills,
bubble, holy shit.
it means they're gonna die,
I'm taking
or
aggressive
like
high
at the
ground, boys. I'm gonna
best
look to move up with
possible
my Zarya, who's
solution
doing
for
her,
them. They're gonna go back,
Genesis
right?
barrage.
You should have done this hook like way before
Alright,
Yep.
fuck.
to get like a better
Right, yeah, their Widow's
position.
popped, be
While
careful,
like
be
you
careful.
don't really need to
Somebody's
like
up high ground,
hit
somebody's up
any
high ground.
headshots while it's 3v6,
So
right? Your
this
team
is
is
gonna
gonna
be
do it.
tough there,
So
I'm gonna have to try
you
to
always
actually
want to
stop
look
this
for a
Doom
better
Fist
position.
as well as
Like
that
if you had a
means
better
really-
position from the first the hook shot on Moira.
Cancel a
Like can you go back?
coalescence
Can you go back
and-
5 seconds?
I'll have to
Go
look
back,
for the
go back.
soldiers
No, this is way too early.
putting pressure onto me.
Oh,
We
okay.
kill the soldier
I got
here.
the soldier.
The Moira pops ult.
And the
Here we
Ana
go.
I'm gonna look for a fast shot on the Moira to cancel a coalescence to no avail.
Like
I'm
right
gonna look
here.
up my Reinhardt. I'm gonna try to get the shield pressure up.
Like, these 5
Nice
seconds
fucking
made
bubble, holy
the
shit.
Vito
I'm taking aggressive high ground, boys. I'm gonna look to move up with my.
be here. Like
Zarya,
if
who's
you had the
doing her,
position on the
Genesis
gate,
barrage.
Vito would have been dead. There's no way Vito picks that and doesn't die.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, their Widow just popped. Be
So, like,
careful, be careful.
You need to make
Somebody's
sure
up high ground, somebody's up high
you're
ground.
Widowmaker. You don't need to clean up anything. You have Fire Mercy for that, for cleaning up the fights. You already have peaks. You want to make sure that you're taking position for other
Guys,
fights.
back up. Let's reset. Let's get
That's
our
a good
pharmacy back
position.
up in the sky and let's
Yeah,
handle this Doom Fist
definitely,
Widow.
definitely correct. Taking up that high ground real a lot faster and starting to aim at their respawn or where the squishes are gonna come out from. You can let your teammates deal with the Rein
I have
Zarya.
to- I have to look for their.
And you also missed a lot of shots on the Reinhardt trying to go for headshots, and that's also a pretty interesting or important point. I mean, because as Braven said, you don't need to clean up the fights. That's what your other heroes are good at. So just going for body shots on the Reinhardt to like help him die a little bit faster is gonna be more important than trying to hit like clutch headshots. So missing those shots is pretty crucial.
I can see
Widow?
the grab, I can see the grab. Yeah, Mercy, get on me, Mercy, get on me in the back, Mercy, get on me in the back.
Pharmacy, get back in the air.
Let's go, baby.
They're all low.
Yo, get on me, get on me.
Sight's going on
Actually,
soon.
you can-
I'm looking for the
Let's
rebound.
go right.
Here comes their Doomfist high ground. Help Widowmaker, help Widowmaker.
Good call
You should
though.
have ran him.
I really like that you called help Widowmaker, not help me, like people usually do.
Even in high ranks.
Yeah.
Yo, why don't you just stop?
But you should have dodged the Doomfist. As
They
soon as he
Widowmaker's
got
dead.
close to you. Nice
So
shot.
there, I went
Nice.
for a pretty patient shot, all in all.
Oh,
Their
that's a
Doom's
kill.
dead, I need heals, thank you.
Huge.
I'm gonna look to
Waiting
help
for
that
the jumps
Zarya with
again.
Ana
That
there.
Ana is really bad.
I'm gonna look to get the Zarya off cart.
Good,
She's one
going
of the
for
biggest
body
threat- she's
shots.
The biggest threat alive for my
Unfortunate, we
fairness,
forgot
I
that the
can myself.
Widowmaker
Thank you.
respawned.
Their Widowmaker's in the middle. I'm gonna call it where their Widowmaker is so my team can reposition it. Widowmaker 1, I'm gonna call her hell so
Where
far I
is she?
can look in the vault room.
Is this Kefri or just aimbot?
Sombra on Widow, Sombra on Widow. Sombra by Widow. She's dropping on a car.
He hasn't seen your VOD from Numbani, Jojo.
Yeah.
They're on a 1. On a dead.
Going full tracer
I
mode.
have sights for when I respawn.
Yeah, it was hacked. There was not a
But
lot
this
of
round
options
is
there.
like
That
really
team
looking
fight
to
was
get the
pretty much
Widowmaker.
lost. Need to regroup with the team. And okay, so how
Did you
how
call
how
that
do you
Widowmaker
use
was
sights?
one?
As soon as
How
I
do you
remember
use
it's from
sights
pharmacy, I need to
in this game, Raven?
So there is 3 ways to use sights, right? Defensive, aggressive, and for your team.
Mhm.
So what would be defensive? Like you know that Widow is dead or like coming out of spawn, and you just do it to scare the Widow, so the Widow won't take the best position for hitting the shots. What is aggressive? Aggressive is Widow is having the position right now, and you just pop it. Just for, I don't know, just for like knowing where she is and going for her, right?
Yeah.
And for your team, for example, like when you're in spawn, like right now, and your team is fighting, so you just want to like use it and your team gets the idea of where the players are, which I don't recommend, but like sometimes it's good to use it. Sometimes like when you have a Genji and they have a Vito, like right now I guess you can inform Farah where the Vito is. I don't know, like it's okay to do it. And
No,
then
they also have the Invis Sombra
yeah,
that you can
Sombra.
scout out as well.
To actively stop
Yeah,
the Sombra
and
team.
there is like another way which is not possible right now, but on defense you just match the ultimate with the enemy side. So you just deny the value out of nice headshot. Deny the value out of the widow enemy widow ulti while you're defending. So your teammates can like take more aggressive positions, and that could have been 2 headshots with a bit patience.
Yeah, taking the shots real quick there. Taking a really fast shot again.
Like she just needs SMG. Just go for body shot. Don't go for headshot, please. Like she was one. Just go for body shot.
Yeah, indeed. And take your time, especially when people are not paying attention to you. It is actually very important that you don't rush your shots, because they're most likely not going to move. And if they're going to move in a pretty unpredictable way. Like you usually, if you see people that don't see you and they move around to try to dodge something else, you're going to have a hard time hitting them. Like even harder than someone that's looking at you and paying attention to you and dodging your shots. Like you know how to deal with that because you've been shooting at people trying to dodge you for a long time and you practice that. But shooting at someone that doesn't see you, it's actually pretty weird. And usually ends up really bad.
So there are two things right here. First, like before the last fight, you never want to SMG the Reaper while he's in your head, like he's on your face. You never want to SMG it. You want to like take the scope shot. Why? Because Reaper does more damage when he's close to you than you. So you should just hope for a headshot.
Yeah, he life steals all of your SMG damage away, so there's no point.
Yeah, you probably need to either run away or take the chance and to try hit a headshot, which is not easy. Even Overwatch League players can't really do it like all the time. But it's a 50-50 chance. I guess it's 60-40. I don't know. But you should probably go for a headshot if you want to hit him, or just run away. Like you had the chance to run away, or you had the chance to go for a headshot, but you went for SMG. SMGing the Reaper while he's in your face is actually wrong. And the second thing, like right here, swapping to Kree is a mistake. Second point of Dorado is the best point for Widow. You just need to play a little bit clever. Swapping to Kree is absolutely wrong here, because now the Widow is gonna have advantage over you, and he's gonna close the sights to you, while you're trying to deal with the Reaper, which isn't doing much. Like Reaper right now is not the problem, it's the Widow.
Indeed, agreed. Widowmaker is absolutely amazing here, and you've done a really good job. You've actually out-widowed this enemy Widow quite a few times, and you would have definitely gotten her last fight as well if you just relaxed a little bit, took your time with the shots, and made sure that you were gonna hit.
Cannot punish as hard. Sorry, low. Their Reaper's low. Reaper's
So unfortunate. Backing off in a straight line is most likely not gonna help you a lot. So what you want to do to try and throw the Reaper's aim off as much as possible and survive for as long as possible is to AD strafe. Crouching is not going to help a lot against Reaper because they usually aim at your center of mass anyway. So if you crouch, you're going to give him a lot of free headshots. But don't crouch. That's good against single shot characters like McCree, Widowmakers, and like Hanzos. But against Reaper, you just want to AD strafe as much as possible in an unpredictable and like irregular way, and try to hit those headshots. Since you used the flash a little bit too early here, I think you used it on the Rhine, right?
Sorry, low.
Yeah, the Rhine flanks and the Zarya bubble. Yeah, so the Reaper has a really easy time killing you since you're walking backwards in a straight line. He doesn't even need to move his crosshair to get you. Really good flight path from the Farah there to surprise the Widowmaker. That was nice. That was indeed a famous Jojo cookie. Hello, Ninja Beck. How you doing, man?
Me just pulling him over there to the side
Okay, let's see.
is huge.
What's up? Heal me, heal me, heal me.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
We win this, we win this, we win this. Death blossom, death blossom, death blossom.
So we've gotten baited by the Reaper here twice with the flashbang.
No flashbang up.
And standing a little bit too far
they're at the
out
amount of, like-
outside of cover. So if we take a look at this position right here, like this is very aggressive. You have 3 enemies that can see you. The Zarya is positioned pretty well. Like she's next to a corner. She can easily hide in here and wait for healing if she ever needs to. And you can definitely do something like her. You're standing a little bit closer here or like behind the payload. I think the payload is just like next to you to the left. So utilizing a little bit more of the natural cover that is presented to you, because otherwise you're gonna get melted by the Zarya, you're gonna get shot at by the Widowmaker, and like the Moira is gonna help as well. You want to reduce the amount of people that can actually touch you. And we get grabbed and we lose anyway, so
flashbang up.
there was nothing you could have done differently there.
So they're
But,
not playing too close for my team. I think I have to have a little bit of distance between us.
Yeah, utilizing natural cover a little bit.
I'm gonna swap Tracer. I
Not
think
great,
I'm
fallen
better
like
Tracer than
250
everybody.
SR on all
So I
accounts.
swap Tracer
Ouch.
for that reason,
Ouch,
for that
ouch,
reason only.
ouch. Unlucky, dude. That definitely sucks.
Maybe looking to clear up any tank line pressure I can. Giving my tank line the space to move up.
So yeah, going in from the front, but I guess this is fine. You are putting some pressure on the Rhine shield. But you
We
will
need to get ready to touch. Get ready to touch. 3, 2, touch.
It's okay, you instantly go for the
Zarya's low.
Zarya.
Zarya's low.
So,
We need to
so
get ready to touch. Get ready
what
to
what
touch.
do we actually see here? What do we actually see here?
3,
And what would
2,
you say that you would go for right in this frame?
Can I see the frame that like they have like what do
Before.
they have exactly? I'm
They
sorry.
have Ryan in front of you here, and the Zarya. They have someone on the high ground. I wasn't sure what
Yeah,
that
that was
was.
soldier, I guess.
We need to get ready
Soldier
to
on the
touch.
high
Get ready to
ground.
touch.
Yeah, Moira
3,
and what are
2,
the other two?
Touch.
Here you have Ana, Soldier, Zarya. And then you have Moira and Reinhardt, and then Reaper somewhere flanking, I think.
Yeah, so you basically don't want to go for a high charge Zarya, because his right click can fuck up your aim and your HP at the same time. Like his right click, if he hits one right click, he'll force out your recall. So you don't really want to go for Zarya, but instead you can go for 2 targets here, which are Ana and Soldier. You can't really kill them, right? But you can like distract Moira from killing your own Reinhardt. Moira is actually solo ulting your Rein, not solo ulting, but like he's ulting your Reinhardt, right? And he's killing it. So you can basically easily like focus the Ana or Soldier and gain the Moira's attention into her ult
Mhm.
and make better space for your team by only targeting 200 HP targets instead of going for a high charge Zarya that can actually fuck you up in a single second.
Indeed, agreed. These are definitely the targets, and in this case, the Ana would be the most optimal. Going for the Moira that has ultimate on is not advisable either, because she self heals by quite a lot, so it's hard to deal significant damage to her. But yeah, as Braven said, just forcing the beam away from their Reinhardt and from your Reinhardt will allow your teammates to be way more aggressive.
There's Zarya's low. There's Zarya's low. I'm dead.
Huge sleep dart from the enemy Ana though.
They're burning ults. They're burning ults. Good game.
And yeah, since you weren't paying attention to the Ana, you couldn't utilize your blinks in a good way to dodge the sleep dart. So definitely going for the Ana would have helped you with that awareness problem as well. Would have been a double. Oh shit, that was a. Oh my god, the spinning around camera, please. That was not nice. But I think that is a lost game indeed. Yeah, so to summarize, I would say the biggest issue or the biggest thing that you need to implement into your gameplay is pick 1 or 2 characters on your team that you know that your hero works well with, and try to synergize together with them. Try to work together with them. So if you're playing Tracer, if you have these Winstons or the balls on your team, pay attention to what your teammates are doing. Because at the moment, you're only paying attention to yourself and the enemies. But you have teammates, they can do a lot. You can help them be more effective by making sure that you're helping them with whatever they want to do. So just like Braven said earlier, like if you have a ball, he goes in on the McCree with the slam and stuff. He is going to absorb cooldowns for you. He's going to absorb maybe the flashbang, maybe sleep dart, maybe nade, and that will open up opportunities for you. So you're often going in alone or like mistimed, not really synergizing with the tanks. So they would have all of these cooldowns ready. They would have the flashbang, they would have the sleep darts, the nades to fuck your day up. So I think just focusing on one or two heroes that you work well with on your team, and then try to synergize and work out off of their abilities and work together. That's gonna help you a lot because your mechanics are fine. Your mechanics and the things that you're doing with your hero are fine. Some small issue with the target priority in mid fights, but that's not very important right now, in my opinion.
Your aim can easily like take you up to master, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
the thing that you're doing, like right here in this game, with a better hero pick, you could have won. Like whenever you're picking a new hero, you should like consider the advantages that you have against other heroes. Like picking Kree right there, Widow is a hard counter to McCree. And like second point of Dorado is one of the best maps in the game for Widow. So like by picking Widow there, it was like a bad pick. And then like third point of Dorado on defense, you picked McCree against the McCree, Soldier, and Hanzo, which is not optimal. While you could have still done a good job on Tracer and Widowmaker.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
whenever you want to pick a hero, you should consider your team and the enemy team. And like what are you gaining with the swap and what are you losing with the swap. And like consider who you counter on the enemy team and who counters you on the enemy team with the pick. If you're countering more than one and nobody's countering you, definitely pick the hero. Like don't even like think about it. But if somebody's countering you while you're not actually countering any turret, I don't think you should do it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there was anything else. It was mostly the teamwork and the timing of engages that was off, and the target priority. I guess practicing how to pulse bomb from like long range would also benefit you a lot. Your pulse bombs were not that effective. So going for I guess I should go into my custom game instead. This is gonna take too much time. Custom game. Oh well, I guess there are workshop modes that maybe do this better. But before I had just had a tracer pulse practice where you have a lot of pulse bomb generation. You add a few AIs on T2. No wait, add a bunch of Ana AIs. I fucked up. Can I remove them? Oops. Remove all bots. Oh, nice. I want to add Ana bots. The reason I'm adding Ana bots is so I don't die, because headshot only is activated. That makes Ana deal 0 damage because she cannot headshot. So practicing how to pulse bomb from longer ranges. So doing the blink pulse bombs. So learn how far away you need to be. You press Q first and then you blink. So one of these. And then the same thing if you're too close. So the normal one, you want to be around this range. If you're too close to the target, you want to do 180 sticks, where you turn around after a blink. And of course you can try like I also see when high level tracers drop down from like high grounds and shit, they usually and especially if they do it on like Anas or McCrees that they know are good players, they can also like bait out. Let me actually go up to the high ground. Bait out cooldowns by utilizing blink while they are falling. So you might need to get your bearing back when you're dropping and blinking, because it is gonna disorient you a little bit. But like doing something like this, where you turn around while falling to dodge sleep darts and shit, is really effective. And you're gonna need these techs against good players to like suddenly stick them from a range that they aren't expecting. So you practice how far away you need to be. Like that was too far away, so next time we try a little bit closer. Oh shit! And you don't do it into a wall. That was really close, but she dodged it. Unfortunate. There we go. Wasn't the right target though. Fuck. Oh, I accidentally blinked backwards. But yeah, I think that would help you a lot as well. Fuck. Really close. Oh well, let's go to the next one.